All right, guys, we're back once again, and I tell you, I think this squad looks stronger than ever. We have won all of our preseason friendlies. That little L there was that match that you saw yesterday that we lost, which was in game about 2.5 months ago now. So here we are against Taichung. Should be hopefully an easy win for us. You'll see as the team comes out, if you didn't already notice, we have kind of a different look in that Ndaye has been pushed back to the attack, the Segundo Volante role. And that's just because somebody had to be so that we could get our new fancy striker in there. This season's a little bit different. We're going to do more deliberate rotation, and I'm going to take a lot more of control over the squad and who plays where. So you should see a lot of different names out there from match to match. Should be pretty interesting. Tsai Xiangwei, who is the one who we needed to fit into the squad, passes over to Nene. What a great pass that was. Tsai Xiangwei is an amazing player and was a great signing by us. There's Ndaye, and he unfortunately gives up the ball really easily. Chen Chengliang, who's our new guy on the left, passes to Chen Chengju over to Tsai Xiangwei, and he's going to almost get that to Nene, just can't quite do it. There's Silla with it in the back. And Ndaye is a little bit slow in getting to it. Ndaye is still trying to learn how to play that role, but he will do well there because of his ability to shoot. And there's just a couple little things he needs to learn how to do in defensive midfield. He's very, very good at learning as far as players go, despite the fact that we have a really bad training setup. And the great thing is that he has no complaints whatsoever about the training. So there you go. Menegong here on the right side. That's a very, very familiar side. Back to you, Yu Wei, the new center back that we have, who's another star. Zhou Hongyi passes over to Silla. Silla over to Nene, and Nene's shot is deflected. So we are piling on the pressure here. We're not even 5 minutes into this match. We've already had a whole bunch of highlights. Here's Menegong, who steps back for the corner and then goes forward, fires. Looking for Zhou Hongyi, can't find him. It's Nene with it, back to Menegong. Menegong takes it in and then is tackled in the penalty area. There's no call, and so that will be the end of that one. But yeah, another look back here. This was Zhou Hongyi with that pass forward to Silla, and it was set up for Nene, who I think plays definitely best in the middle. And I tell you, we have been very, very good going forward here in warm-up matches and all of that. Chen Jianliang, who is a new signing for us there at left wing back, brings it up himself and decides to score his first goal of the season. So that's his first goal for us. That was an inspired move by him, doing something that we really didn't call for in the tactic and something that obviously really, really surprised Taichung. And so that's what he did, just ran past the defense, used 4 different players sort of as a screen, and got a shot on goal, and that was it. 5 minutes in is 1-0 for Mars FC, and this is something we should get used to. Here's Menegong now, and he takes a shot, almost goes in. Jiang Zhixian is in goal there for Taichung, and I wonder if he's not from mainland China, given the way his name is spelled. Pretty interesting to look that up. I think I may have said that some previous time when we played against Taichung, and I haven't done anything about it. That's knocked forward, and we're able to head that out of the box. Pass back to Lai Bolun. Not so dangerous as none of the offensive players decide to follow. Here's Chen Jianliang again. Brings this up, and he's going to pass it this time to Chen Chengju over to Tsai Xiangwei, and he has it taken away. And Ndaye, though, goes back and wins that to Silla, and then up to Menegong. Menegong knocks this one over and hits off the top crossbar. I'm surprised they didn't call that out for a corner. And Chen Jianliang ends up knocking that over for knocking the cross over, but unfortunately it's deflected. Menegong now with the corner, looking for Zhou Hongyi and couldn't find him. Bamba over to Yu Wei. To Silla now, and then down to Ndaye. Ndaye finds Nene. Nene with it to Bamba. Bamba doesn't penetrate. He plays with it, goes over to Chen Jianliang, and then there's the penetrating pass over to Chen Chengju, who scores. So he gets his first goal. We have all the players we weren't expecting to scoring so far today, and it is 2-0 now for Mars FC. So that was pretty good. This was a good pass here by Chen Jianliang. We see it there in a second. Chen Chengju kind of signaled that he could get by his guy, and he did. And once again, as you can see, this is kind of what happens when the defense says, oh, you don't have a striker, we'll play a little bit deeper. If you do that, then we have a whole bunch of attacking players from deep who will catch you. Menegong knocks that one up. Yu Wei can't quite get to it, and he gets to it now. Back to Ndaye. So we're still trying to get used to playing with each other. Ndaye brings this up, right side. Crosses it over, nobody there, crosses it again, and he finds Tsai Xiangwei, and I wasn't expecting that, honestly. Tsai Xiangwei gets his first goal, so it's 3-0 now for Mars FC, and again, we're not even 20 minutes into this match, and we're winning by this kind of margin. I think the goal this season is to try to go undefeated in the league. We'll see if we can actually do that or not, though. It's going to be tricky once the AFC Cup starts, and you saw what that was like last time. That's when we start playing teams that really can challenge us. So Tsai Xiangwei knocks it back to Lai Bolun, over to Zhou Hongyi to Bamba, back to Tsai Xiangwei, and there's a pass forward looking for Silla. Can he get there? No. But he can get there the second time around, has a shot and hits the top crossbar. Menegong knocks it back over to him, says, have another try. Can't quite get to that header, though. Silla is a little bit undersized and a little bit too slow. He's also young, I think 20, probably turning 21 about now. So there's still a lot of potential there, and I think he'll be just fine. Nene is the only one who's not having a great match, really, and even then it's not as bad as we've seen from him in the past. Yu Wei with this. Brings it up, actually passes to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi brings it up the middle, down to Chen Chengju, and there's the pass for Silla, and he's a little bit too slow again. He still gets to it somehow. I don't know how he got to that one. Ends up being a throw, and Menegong's going to take that throw, and then we don't see anything more. So I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there. That was a little bit unexpected. Menegong here with a free kick, over looking for Yu Wei, can't quite find him. And let's see if we can get the ball back. It's Chikatara, and you remember that I always have nightmares about that guy. And Ndaye over to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi lumps this forward looking for Nene. He does get there, and he passes to Menegong. And there is the crossover to Chen Chengju, who's got a brace. He's got two of them. 4-0 for Mars FC now. We're not even to halftime. 4-0 is the score, and this is what we're going to look like this season. I mean, it's pretty impressive. We have a lot of players who are very, very good. We have gotten rid of most of the dead weight. There are some players who remain on the squad mostly for leadership purposes, who are not going to play anymore. There's not too many of those. I think about 3 or so that we're having to sort of sit around. And for the most part, the rest of them are all really, really good players who have either high potential or high current ability, or in some cases both. And so that's what's happened, is we've been patient. We've been able to sort of rob all the other teams in Taiwan of their good players. Now, I did complain about this before. What we don't have is we don't have a professional team. We don't have a lot of professional contracts for these players, which means that some of them can be sort of picked away, but we'll try to fix that as we go along. Chen Jianliang over to Bamba. Bamba finds Nene, who's behind the defense, and he shoots and hits off the crossbar. So Nene not having the best of times there. Here's Chikatara, and he passes that away. Now Chen Jianliang gets it over to Bamba. Back to Zhou Hongyi. We're still 40 minutes in, into this match. Chen Chengju with this. I hope you've sat down ready for a long one. Menegong lumps it for Tsai Xiangwei, and he finds Ndaye and is just off the top crossbar, and that ends up out for a goal kick. So Ndaye trying to use that head again. We've seen him score so many times in the past with that, and he's still having some problems. If he can get that going, then he's really unstoppable. Score a lot of goals for you. And Chen Yicheng was offside. That was pretty obvious, I thought. And so I'm not sure that we've given up an actual shot on goal yet. Yu Wei knocks this forward looking for Tsai Xiangwei. He's beaten to it by his man. And it was a pretty dangerous pass, I would say, by Taijiong. This pass forward is absolutely meaningless, as Lai Bolun's easily able to get to that. Passes to Bamba over to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi lumps it forward looking for Nene. Can't quite get it to him. Chen Chengju now with it, and loses possession right away. Menegong makes a mistake and then recovers and passes to Lai Bolun. That's a little more dangerous. Chen Chengju with it back to Zhou Hongyi. This is really dangerous. Yu Wei with it now. Over to Chen Chengju, up to Ndaye. And that's a little evidence of Ndaye not knowing what he was doing. But Nene gets a favorable bounce. And will it go in? No. That's a really good save on the line by Xie Jianliang. Is that his name? Yeah, Xie Jianliang, which is a familiar name. I wonder if we've had him on the team before. But look at Nene, behind the defense, and that one's kind of knocked up, and he barely is able to get his head over to that in time. Like to see a little goal line technology and see if that one really crossed the line or not. So we're about 10 minutes into this video. We're only to halftime. Here's Chen Yicheng with it for Taichung, and we'll try to reset here and win the ball. We do so very easily in midfield. And now we can exercise our dominance and control once again in this match. Everybody looks happy. We got a lot of goals. The only one who hasn't scored yet that should is really Nene. I would also like to say Ndaye score one. And so we'll see what happens. We have a little bit of time. Nobody looks particularly tired. Everybody looks like they're having a good time and playing the way they want to. A couple of yellow cards, and that's it. And now we're starting to see the time tick on by ever so quickly, which tells me that we probably have control, and we're probably trying one of these movements that's just not quite getting into attacking positions. So maybe this video won't be as long as I thought. Time just ticks and ticks and ticks away. This is, for better or worse, mostly the team that we're going to have. We have a Cai Yuting at defense who will be back in once he's done with his yellow card suspension. There's Zhou Hongyi over to Chen Chengju. It's Zhou Hongyi who will come out when that happens. And Dai passes to Silla. Silla looking forward for Nene, and it's just a little bit too fast for him. He just can't quite get over to that one. And it's always a little bit of a foot race there when Nene is in that position. And Dai is able to win this easily in midfield. I tell you, he's a great segundo volante over to Cai Xiangwei. And there is the pass to Nene behind the defense, and his shot is deflected back. You've noticed that Nene, from time to time, will have some problems trying to just get the ball in. He'll get it in good positions and doesn't always go in for him. That's what we saw against Kikwan Cha in yesterday's match. There were a number of times where he could have scored. We were up 3-1. I didn't think much about it. And in retrospect, we could have used all the goals we could get. Cai Xiangwei over to Menegong. That's a good cross, and it's just not quite good enough. Just a couple of minutes left here, and we'll be done with this match. I think it's going to be a 4-0 victory, and so nothing here in the second half at all. And so we end up winning the match. We win it fairly handedly, but we could have done a little bit more. I think we were a little bit complacent there in that second half, so we'll see if we can work on that. 1.57 XG is all. 6 shots on target. They did have one eventually. We had about 65% of the possession. So, I mean, get used to that. That's what's going to happen. And we're dominating the match, and we're passing the ball up and down, and we're making them look silly. And that's how this tactic works. Hope you enjoy that one. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.